Hollywood has seen its fair share of tragedies, with accidents, mishaps, and unexpected events leading to the loss of talented performers. From the death of Brandon Lee on the set of The Crow to the tragic accident that took the life of Steve Irwin during the filming of Ocean's Deadliest, these incidents have shocked and saddened audiences around the world. In this video, we'll take a look at 15 such incidents, their circumstances, and whether anyone was charged in connection with them. Number 1. Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee was filming The Crow in Wilmington, North Carolina in 1993 when he was accidentally shot by a prop gun that was supposed to have blanks. However, the gun was loaded with a live round, and when it was fired, the bullet lodged in Lee's abdomen. He was rushed to the hospital but died several hours later. No one was charged with a crime in connection with Lee's death, although there were some legal settlements. Number 2. Vic Moro. Vic Moro was filming a segment for Twilight Zone, the movie in California in 1982 when a helicopter used in the scene crashed, killing Moro and child actors Micah Dinla and Renee Shani Chen. Moro and the children were supposed to be running from the helicopter, which was being piloted at a low altitude, but the rotor blades hit some pyrotechnic explosions that had been set up for the scene, causing the helicopter to crash. The accident led to a lengthy legal battle, with several people being charged with involuntary manslaughter and other crimes. Number 3. John Jordan. John Jordan was performing a stunt for an episode of the FBI in California in 1963 when he lost control of the car he was driving and crashed. He suffered fatal injuries and died at the scene. It is unclear whether anyone was charged in connection with his death. Number 4. Roy Kinnear. Roy Kinnear was filming The Return of the Musketeers in Spain in 1988 when he fell off a horse and suffered a broken pelvis. He was taken to a hospital, but developed complications and died from a heart attack. No one was charged in connection with his death. Number 5. John Eric Hexum. John Eric Hexum was filming an episode of Cover Up in California in 1984 when he accidentally shot himself in the head with a prop gun loaded with blanks. The force of the explosion caused a piece of his skull to become lodged in his brain, and he was taken to a hospital in a coma. He died a few days later. No one was charged in connection with his death. Number 6. Martha Mansfield. Martha Mansfield was filming The Warrens of Virginia in California in 1923 when she was wearing a costume made of highly flammable material. While taking a break from filming, she was standing near a smoldering cigarette when her dress caught fire. She suffered severe burns and died the next day. No one was charged in connection with her death. Number 7. Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin was filming a documentary called Ocean's Deadliest in Queensland, Australia in 2006 when he was stung in the chest by a stingray. The incident occurred while Irwin was filming underwater footage, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. No one was charged in connection with his death. Number 8. Owen Hart. Owen Hart was performing in a WWF wrestling event in Kansas City, Missouri in 1999 when he fell from a height while performing a stunt. He suffered fatal injuries and was pronounced dead at the scene. No one was charged in connection with his death. Number 9. Red Fox. Red Fox was filming an episode of The Royal Family in California in 1991 when he suffered a heart attack on set. He was taken to a hospital but was pronounced dead shortly thereafter. Number 10. Johnny Owen. Johnny Owen was participating in a boxing match that was being filmed for a TV special in Las Vegas in 1980. During the match, he suffered fatal injuries and died a few days later. No one was charged in connection with Owen's death. Number 11. Paul Mance. Paul Mance was performing a stunt for the movie Flight of the Phoenix in Arizona in 1965 when his plane crashed, killing him instantly. Mance was a veteran pilot and aerial coordinator who had worked on many films, but the accident was attributed to a mechanical failure. No one was charged in connection with his death. Number 12. Art Shaw. Art Shaw was performing a stunt for the movie Top Gun in California in 1985 when his plane crashed into the Pacific Ocean. Shaw was a renowned aerobatic pilot who had worked on many films, but the cause of the crash was never determined. No one was charged in connection with his death. Number 13. Ricardo Montalban. Ricardo Montalban was filming an episode of The Colbys in California in 2009 when he died of natural causes. Montalban was a legendary actor who had appeared in many films and TV shows, and his death was a shock to his fans and colleagues. Number 14. Mitsuko Baseho. Mitsuko Baseho was filming the Japanese TV drama Tokyo Sentimental in Japan in 2020 when she fell down a flight of stairs and suffered fatal injuries. Baseho was a well-known actress who had won many awards, and her death was a tragedy for her fans and the industry. No one was charged in connection with her death. Number 15. Sarah Jones. Sarah Jones was working as a camera assistant on the movie Midnight Rider in Georgia in 2014 when she was struck and killed by a train while on set. The accident occurred when the crew was filming a scene on a train trestle, and they were unaware that a train was approaching. The director of the movie, Randall Miller, was charged with involuntary manslaughter and criminal trespass, and he eventually pleaded guilty to the charges. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell.